What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a banger of a video. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Drop a like if you do, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. What are you guys waiting on? Press that button. Last but not least here, Mugshot merch is available now. That's right. All proceeds are going directly to paying for my court and lawyer fees. We got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got Mugshot mugs, and we even got phone cases. Get my beautiful drunken mugshot on whatever you want. Links at the very top of the description. Don't even care, just want to see the mugshot? Click the link, dude. Don't miss out. Link at the very top of the description. Click that shit, goblin.merchforall.com. Thank you all so much for the support. If you guys do end up purchasing some, please DM me a receipt on Instagram so I can show you some love, follow you back, that kind of stuff. I appreciate all you guys for the support. Thank you for making that possible. Hey, we gotta raise the funds for this lawyer shit somehow. Hey, it's a little expensive. All right, let's dive right into it. So, this is one of those fateful summer school stories from the old Summer School Chronicles series that never really got finished. For some of you guys who are OGs on this channel, you might remember that I don't know how long ago it was. I think this might have been like 5 years ago by now. It was like coming up on 5. It was like 2016 when I made this series, I think. But this was a series that I made about my time during a summer school geometry class. And I never actually finished the series. And this is one of the things that probably would have been an episode, but just never got to it. So, hope you guys enjoyed, or hope you guys do enjoy. Let's dive right into it. So, this took place way back when I was in summer school, which I think it was 2015, if I remember correct. Long-ass time ago by now. So, I like, the dates are starting to fade away from me, you know? But I show up to class that morning, you know, and I was a little bit buzzed, I'll admit. You know, for some of you OGs who might remember, during this phase of my life, this was way before a lot of my drug use, okay? The only things I'd done at this point were alcohol, weed, and I think I might have tried Xanax by now. I'd never tripped, I'd never done blow. This was very early into my kind of drug use, right? So I show up to class, and I was out of weed that morning, you know, so I was fiending a little bit, and I drank the last of the liquor I had at like 7 a.m., because that's just how shit be in high school. It wasn't enough to get me drunk at all, but I was fiending really hard for bud and had none, so at that point, anything would do. So I take my like probably 2 shots worth of Jack, and I go to class that day. And I had 2 friends in my summer school class who I kicked it with pretty much every day on the break. You know, we'd go smoke, we'd hang out after class almost every day, and those were Sam and Tony. On this particular day, I show up to class, and Tony's not there. It's only Sam. But that's okay, because Sam was the one who sat at my table with me, you know? So I go and I sit at my table, I tap him up, I'm like, yo, how you living, Sam? And I notice right off the bat that he ain't looking so good. That boy looks a little tired. His pupils are not looking correct. I knew immediately this man was lit, or maybe coming off from being lit. I had a hunch immediately. I was like, holy shit, Sam. You look fucking bussin', dude. You just look like you came out of like a 10-hour like Guantanamo Bay ice bath, dude. Like what happened to you, you know? And he's like, dude, I was tripping balls all last night, right? He sat there and he's like, I'm still kind of tripping a little bit, dude. I was tripping so hard. So he spends the first like probably 30 or 45 minutes of class just describing his trip to me. Meanwhile, at our same table, there's these 2 other kids who I wasn't friends with at all. There's usually, I love summer school, okay? It's so entertaining because there's a very stark contrast to people who are in your summer school classes. There's the younger kids who are really smart and want to get ahead, so they're taking summer school classes. But then in that same classroom, usually like 5 feet away, is also some crackhead who's flunked that class 3 times, is 2 grades up, and should not be taking that class anymore. But he is, you know? I love it. It made for such entertaining moments, right? So Sam is sitting there describing his acid trip to me. Meanwhile, we have these 2 people who are like maybe a grade or 2 younger than us who were just sitting there listening in horror, dude. They're like, I can't believe this. I remember there was one girl, I think she was like, she might have even been like a 8th grader at this point. But whenever we'd like talk about, I just remember her being like either a freshman or like really young, right? And she sat at our table with us. And I remember as Sam was describing his trip, she was just like, you were doing that last night? Like, are you okay? And Sam's like, yeah, dude, I was having a blast. And she's just petrified, looking at us like we're serial killers. John Wayne Gacy sitting across from her, right? So, obviously, he's describing this to me. He's fucked up. And the first half of class goes by pretty, normally. I'm not really intoxicated at all, and by the time our break came around halfway through the class, I was pretty much sober as can be. I felt like a brick. I was desperate to get intoxicated. And as we were approaching our kind of halfway mark of the class where we took our little, I think it was like 15 minutes, our little break, Sam mentions to me that he wanted to go smoke during the break. I'm like, yo, dude, sounds amazing. Perfect. Let's go smoke during break, Normally we just go back out to my car and we'd hotbox it and it would work out. It was perfect, right? And it was summer school too, so no one was in the parking lot. No one was there to catch us. It worked out great. It was a little smoke break in the middle of our class. Like, thanks, teach. Good looks, right? So he mentions that, and I'm hyped, dude. I'm like, no fucking way. I'm like, yo, I don't have any bud, but, like, I'll get you back next time. He's like, yeah, bro, don't worry about it. You can smoke with me. I'm excited. I'm like, yes, dude. I'm out of weed. I'm poor. This is perfect, dude. I'm going to get baked. Big ups to Sam. That's my boy, right? So we're chilling. We get to our break time, and we leave the classroom. And I'm like, all right, yeah, let's go smoke. You ready? And he's like, yeah, for sure. Let's go. So we're walking. And we're getting towards, like, going outside. He's like, I don't really know if I want to go outside. Like, it's super hot out there, bro. Like, I don't want to be all sweaty. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, like, we're going to be in my car. Like, I could turn the car on, Like, we have AC. And he's like, bro, I just don't want to walk out there right now. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this guy's kind of tweaking, dude. Like, I don't know if it's because of the acid. I never really asked him, like, how long ago he dosed, but by the way he was wording it, it made it sound like he dosed like at like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. the night before, so I figured he wasn't really tripping that hard, but he could have been for all I know, but he was definitely acting strange. He was tweaking. I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, you're like a little bit tripping. How do you not want to go outside? Like, it's a beautiful day. Like, sure, it's humid, but come on. He's like, no, dude, I don't want to go outside. I want to stay in the air conditioning, So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, well, like, if you don't want to walk 5 seconds to my car because you don't want to touch the heat, then where are we going to smoke? Like, what are we doing? And he's like, I know, dude. I know where to go. Just follow me. At this point, I'm fiending so hard that I follow him. I'm like, you know what? I'll smoke in the goddamn classroom while class is in session as long as it gets me stoned. I had been sober all morning, at least from bud. I needed a little THC in me. So wherever the hell this guy was going to lead me while he was tripping sack, I'm down, dude. Count me in. I'm a little acid adventure in the school. Count me in, right? So we're walking through the halls, and the school I went to, my high school was huge, right? My summer school, pardon me, it was just at my high school. It wasn't like off campus or anything. And the school I went to was huge, dude. There was I think 5,000 kids went to it in total. Giant, a lot of people. So it was huge. You could really get into some nooks and crannies. And I'd smoked in this building a lot, but I just didn't see the point of it when my car is parked 10 feet away. So, but whatever, if there was ever time to do it, I figured summer school, no one's even here. We're probably fine. So I follow Sam, and he leads me over to the opposite end of the school where the art classrooms are. And this is a legendary section of the school, okay? In many previous videos that involve my school, before I went to alternative school, my alternative school that I got transferred to, which was about a year after this took place, was only 100 kids, and you couldn't really smoke anywhere there. But at this school, oh my god, the art hallway was the hot box pretty much, right? So we walk over to the art hallway, and I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. There's not going to be shit going on back here. And we go to the bathroom. At the end of the art hallway is just this bathroom that no one uses. And I've smoked in this bathroom before, so I'm like, okay, I like the pick. It seems like a sensible selection. I guess you wanted to stay in the air conditioning. Whatever, dude. No one. If we got away with doing this during school, like regular school hours, when there's 5,000 people in the building, we can get away with doing this during summer school. No problem. So we go into the stall. Sam puts his backpack down and busts out a bowl piece. He busts out his grinder and he packs that bad boy up. And we start taking some rips. We smoke our first bowl and we zero our hits, and it's a blast. He sit there and he's like, dude, I hope this shit makes me trip harder again, He's like, I'm out of acid now. I took my last tablet. I really want to trip, And I'm like, shit, dude. That'll probably do it if you're and I asked him, I was like, are you still feeling it at all? And he's like, yeah, a little bit, dude, Hey, let's get a little hydration going here, dude. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my voice, my throat's dry, dude. We got a Powerade Mountain Berry Blast, boys. Cheers. Hey. Drop a comment and let me know what you just got a sip of, man. Hey, that Berry Blast just slapped. All right. Much better now. So, we're chilling in the bathroom, smoking up our bowls. And I ask him, I'm like, how hard are you tripping? How are you feeling? He's like, well, I'm tripping a little bit. You know, I'm definitely still feeling it, but I'm not peaking anymore, and I really want to get back to that point. So we rip this bowl, we zero our hits, and we pack up a second one. We pack this second bowl up, and Sam's getting a little cocky, I guess. We've been in this bathroom for a few minutes now, just chilling. Way late to get back to class, but you know, our teacher was honestly an idiot and he never kept track of attendance. If you showed up and signed into class, you'd be marked as attending the whole class. You could just leave. People did it all the time. He never kept track of shit, right? So we could do basically whatever the hell we wanted, especially on break, right? So we're sitting in this bathroom, and Sam gets a little cocky. He takes a rip and just blows the smoke right out. A fat cloud. He's like he's like doing tricks and shit. He goes all this shit. So I do the same thing. I'm like, okay, are we just boxing this joint? Like, so be it. Let's get it going. I take a rip. You know, I kind of zero it a little bit more than he did because I wasn't as fucked. I wasn't tripping. So I was still a little cautious. But I also figured, like, honestly, no one's going to come in. Like, I really genuinely thought there was just no way anyone was coming to this end of the school. Like, we didn't see a single person in the hallway, our whole walk there, that wasn't in our class. Like, we genuinely believed we were the only people in the whole building. So we're chilling out, we're smoking, and we cash out our second bowl. And we're getting ready to pack up another one. This motherfucker, Sam, wanted to chief, dude. He was like, yo, like I really, really, really want to trip again, dude. Like, let's just smoke. And as we're getting ready to pack up our third one, we hear some action outside. We hear footsteps and talking. So we know it's not just one person. And I'm sitting there and I'm starting to get nervous. Sam is freaking out. Once he hears that shit, Sam starts freaking out. He grabs the bowl and he's like, oh, fuck, dude. He just keeps going, fuck, fuck, fuck. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, chill out. It's okay. You know, like, we're good. Just one of us needs to, like, stand on the toilet or something, you know, so they don't see two sets of feet. The classic maneuver. Me and my friend, hey, we'd be huddled up on that toilet when people walked in while we were fucking smoking in the bathroom, dude. We'd be, hey, survival, okay? That's what it's all about. So Sam gets on the toilet and he stands on it. And I'm sitting there. I'm chilling, right? And a bunch of people come in the bathroom. I don't know how many people, but it sounded at minimum 2. I'm gonna guess probably 3. Sam's sitting there on the toilet, and I'm standing, and someone comes up to the bathroom door, and they try to get in, and I'm like, oh, dude, I'm almost done. My bad, man. You know, I yell out. I'm just trying to think in survival mode at this point. I'm like, bro, at least it's probably not teachers. I highly doubt like 3 teachers walked in at the same time. I look under the crack in the stall, and sure enough, it's not teacher kicks, okay? There's like a pair of Jordans and shit, and I'm like, okay, you know, realistically, the summer school kids are not ratting us, okay? And on top of that, there's not any staff for them to rat to outside of the classroom. Like, no one's walking around the school. So we at least, bare minimum, have time to, like, get the fuck out, you know? So I'm a little more relieved at this point, but Sam's freaking out. He's holding his bowl, and he's like whispering. He's like, yo. And I turn around, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, you know? Like, obviously, it's a little loud in the bathroom, but I turn around, and I'm like, bro, like, just shut up. Like, what? And he's like, the bowl, dude, like, what do we do? He's like kind of motioning towards the toilet, almost asking me, like, if he should flush the bowl. And I was like, no, dude, don't flush the bowl. I'm waving my arms, no. I'm like, no, dude, don't fucking do that, right? So he's kind of freaking out, and I walk over closer to him, and he whispers to me. He's like, "Dude, like, what if they can't catch me with this bowl?" You know? He's telling me, he's like, "Dude, I can't get caught with this shit." I'm like, "Bro, just hand it to me. Like, if you're freaking out that bad." I'm trying to explain to him that it's not teachers, but I think it was, you know, after having smoked while he was lightly tripping. You know, now he's tripping harder and he's freaking out. So he's like, "Dude, like, I can't get caught with this," and I'm like, "Bro, it's literally just other summer school kids. But like, if you're really that concerned here, just give me the bowl and I'll put it in my bag," you know? And he's like, "Oh, for real? Like, thank you, bro." He hands me the bowl and I throw it in my backpack. And by the time he did that, like, it sounded like pretty much everyone was out of the bathroom. There was maybe one guy in there washing his hands, but everyone had already dipped pretty much. So we're sitting there and we wait a couple more minutes and everyone's gotten the fuck out of the bathroom at this point. And now I'm feeling better. You know, I open the stall door to check the coast. I tell Sam to kind of still sit on the toilet. No, I'm like, yo, sit on the fucking toilet, bro. Just chill there. Don't move, you know? I look out of the stall. Coast is clear. I wave him out, and we get the fuck out of the stall. And at this point, we've been in this bathroom for a minute, dude. Like, probably like 30 minutes, honestly. But it is what it is. You know, it's time to go back to class. So we walk out of the bathroom. We walked through the hallway, and there's no one waiting for us. I remember Sam wanted me to, like, check outside of the bathroom. He's like, bro, walk out there and make sure. I'm like, dude, what good is that going to do, dude? They know you're in. They're going to come get your stupid ass anyways. Like, come out with me, you know? So I walk out of the bathroom, and of course, the coast is clear, you know? No one even said anything. No one that came into the bathroom even said, like, oh, it smells funny or anything like that. Nothing, dude. Absolutely nothing. So we come back out of the bathroom and we walk back up to class, and I'm feeling good. I'm finally baked. First time of the day I'm baked, and I'm also feeling good because I damn near just had a heart attack. I'm like, dude, we almost got popped in that stall together, Sam. And he's like, I know, bro. We walk back into class together, and of course the teacher, he doesn't give a fuck, dude. This guy would never actually teach. He'd just pass out papers and then sit at the desk on the computer the whole time. He wouldn't glance up at anything, dude. We used to play the Madden mobile app in that shit where you'd, like, get the trading cards. We had a whole little tournament going in that class. It was lit, dude. Super lit. But we go back to class, and now we're hooting. Now we're hollering, right? It's a blast, you know? And let me tell you, I've smoked in the bathroom quite a few times at school. I've gotten almost caught quite a few times. But I don't think there was ever a time where I almost got caught because of someone else like this. Like, this motherfucker was yelling, not literally yelling. He was loud whispering my name in there. And I'm like, bro, you're going to get us popped. But it is what it is. We made it back to class safe and sound, dude. Hey, big ups to Sam for the smoke out, dude. I gave him back his bowl after we were done with class, and I even gave him a ride home that day. It was pretty nice, you know? But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did. Don't forget to get your mugshot merch available now. Link at the very top of the description. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, gamers.